Dance Arts of Columbia provides fitness fun for everyone from 3 years old to adults. Dance Arts is a good environment where the friendly staff makes you feel comfortable. Dance Art feels that dance is an art form that you can experience firsthand by learning tap, jazz, modern, musical theater, lyrical, and ballet. Dance Arts urges you to enjoy a sense of accomplishment while getting fit and having fun. For class information, call 875-1569. Dance Arts of Columbia, serving Columbia since 1979.
Welcome to Radio Friends. This is Friday. It's December the 2nd, and we've got two topics today, Voluntary Action Center, and Norm Benedict is back with us. Talk a little bit about his book. Give us an update on that. Let's start, first of all, with RON SCHMIDT, Voluntary Action Center. Good to have you here, Ron.
Thanks for having me.
December the 2nd, we're almost at, we're in Christmas time, but almost at Christmas Day, and this is a very busy time of year for Voluntary Action Center. For years and years and years, you asked the community to adopt families who come to the Voluntary Action Center for assistance. You're still looking for some volunteers to help out with adoption, right?
Yes, we could still use a few more sponsors to help sponsor the 1,200 families that we're sponsoring this year.
Explain how this works if people don't know.
Well, it's real simple. We give a wish list for a family. Right now we're down to just small families, not many of them left, but we give those to the sponsor and they do the shopping. It spells out what kind of sizes they are, what their likes are, what their needs are.
And you're not expected to buy everything that is on that wish list, but it makes you feel good. And then what's really neat is, depending on which family you have, you're assigned a day to turn those gifts in to the Voluntary Action Center. And you go down there and it's really a festive mood because all these people are coming in with the gifts for the families, and it puts you in a very nice mood, a good feeling.
Absolutely.
So if people listening today would like to help out the Voluntary Action Center and adopt a family, what do they need to do?
They just need to call 874-2273. That's the best way. We get your information, we give you information, and we can set you up with a family.
Okay, and then this year it's changed a little bit. They're not asking you to wrap the gifts. You buy the gifts and you take them down on your assigned day. What is it, December 6th?
Well, the dates are December 5th and 6th and December 12th and 13th. So probably by the time somebody calls, we'll be on December 13th.
Okay, all right. So if you'd like to adopt a family, Voluntary Action Center, they're still looking for some assistance. Again, the telephone number is
874-2273.
Okay. Anything special coming up after Christmas holidays and you take a little bit of a breather, or do you have a breather after?
Well, sometimes, but we actually, from our basic needs, safety services, safety net services that we provide, we just got some rental assistance dollars from HUD, and so January, February, from our social service side, we're really going to be giving out a lot of rental assistance.
Okay, all right. So again, there, if you'd like to help out with the Voluntary Action Center, you'll be happy to receive any assistance to help with the assistance.
And if we're all sponsored up, there are still other things people can do. We can use volunteers at the church from December 5th through December 15th. Okay. We need volunteers at the church. So again, same phone number.
Give it to him one more time.
874-2273.
Ron, thank you so much for coming by. Pleasure having you here. Now, we turn to Norm Benedict, who has been a part of this community for as long as I can remember, even longer than I remember. Good to have you back on Radio Friends, Norm.
Thank you.
You were on, about three months or so ago, talking about a book that you wrote, Thumbs Up, V for Victory, I Love You.
Yeah.
It had just been published at that time. How is it doing?
It's doing very well, even selling nationally. The first really ray of hope we received was we got a call from Barnes & Noble in New York, and they said it was selling so well in Jefferson City and Columbia that they were going to place it in all of their stores in Missouri, and about 10 in Illinois and about 15 in Kansas.
That's pretty, and you're self-published, aren't you?
Well, in a way, yes. That's a good. I'm glad you brought that up because we've learned a lot about the publishing business since we went public. It's if you pay for anything, as opposed to paying for an agent, to get you into Random House or someplace like that, then it's considered self-published. Even though the company that we deal with in Indiana, in Bloomington, Indiana, is a huge organization called Author House. And they get us into Baker Taylor Ingram, which is the primary place where books are sold at wholesale to places like Barnes & Noble.
So let's talk a little bit about how you came up and why you wrote the book, and then what do you do when you decide you're ready to self-publish this book?
Well, the reason I wrote it instead of one of my friends is because of the four of us that all went away to school together at the same time, and that's the way the book ends, when we're all 17 years old and we leave Missouri to go to Harvard, Yale, Northwestern, and Notre Dame. And I was the one that went to Northwestern, and then eventually I was the only one to return home. But we all became writers in one way or the other in our careers.
And you were the only one to return home to Columbia.
Right. And so it was decided one night when we were all together that growing up in Columbia was such a wonderful, magical place then, and we had received an education that a lot of kids our age in that day and age did not receive. And so it was decided somebody needs to write a book about it. There needs to be an oral history. So it was decided, you're elected because you're the only one that came back. And I supposedly have a memory for the little things. So,
but the book is selling so well that Barnes & Noble in New York called you. So it is, where can you get the book now?
Well, you can get the cheapest place to get the book in terms of cost is to go online to the website we created for it, which is thumbsupvforvictoryiloveyou.com, and you can order through the publisher. Even with mailing, it's still cheaper in hardbound, softbound, or ebook. Or you can get it at Barnes & Noble, any place in, as I said, in Missouri, or online, Amazon, Google, all the various outlets there. Yeah. Powell's Books in Portland, Oregon.
Well, I wish you continued success with your book, Norm Benedict.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I always kind of thought of you as a celebrity anyway, because I remembered you doing commercials for the Shoe Emporium under the Tiffany shade. And if people are our age, they'll remember those commercials too. That was 40 years ago.
It was.
Yeah.
In fact, I found a photograph the other day that I got to bring and show to you. It's the first JC television auction. It was in 1968, and I was the MC of it. And I've somehow conned Channel 8 out of prime time on Saturday night.
To do the JC auction?
Right.
I
went from
remember
8 p.m. to 3 a.m., made $25,000.
I remember the JC auction many, many years ago. Hey, Norm Benedict, good having you here.
Thank you.
And good luck with the book, all right? We're out of time for today. Monday, MU Healthcare and Human Trafficking is our topic. Our show directed by Travis McMillan of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Raymond Tungakar, sitting in for Pat Akers. Our floor director is Eric Stazak, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Have yourself a good weekend. Join us again on Monday. And if you'd like to watch this program or hear it again, go to kbia.org, sign up for a vodcast or podcast. Bye-bye.